Hello and welcome to Business News. Now, the Nigerian Stock Exchange says it has granted Continental Reinsurance approval to delist. This is contained in its listing report as Continental Reinsurance had filed an application for voluntary delisting from its daily official list. It says the delisting was consequent upon a scheme of arrangement between Continental Reinsurance and the holders of its fully paid ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. According to the Managing Director of Continental Reinsurance, Olufemi Oyetunji, under the scheme of arrangement, there were plans to transfer the various subsidiaries of the group to Continental Reinsurance Investments to enable Continental Reinsurance shore up its balance sheets and capital required for maintaining and expanding the business. He noted that under the restructuring, the company's shares would be transferred to Continental Reinsurance Investment in exchange for shares in CRE's investments. The Managing Director also added that 92.6% of shareholders voted in favor of the restructuring, while 7.34% voted against it. And it's now time to bring you reports from Abuja as the Corporate Affairs Commission is set to intensify efforts at improving business registration this year. It is also hopeful that the company's Allied Matters Act will also be assented soon by the executive. Lara Falayo was there when this was made.
In the third quarter of 2018, the Corporate Affairs Commission introduced a business incentive strategy to encourage more business registration in the country. It involved cutting down the amount payable for registration to 5,000 naira from 10,000 over a 3-month period. The incentive was later extended till August 2019. The development saw a significant rise in the number of registered businesses for that year. The agency now hopes to find new ways of encouraging more Nigerians to own or formalize existing businesses through the needed registration.
We have contributed significantly to the President Muhammad Buhari's administration agenda on the ease of doing business and creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. And we've done a lot to the MSME's growth in this country.
The legislature sent an amended Companies and Allied Matters Act to the executive for assent in May 2019. The amendment is to, amongst other things, improve the Commission's supervisory and regulatory powers while enhancing transparency and stakeholder engagement. But the President sought the legislature's further amendment to the document in November last year. The Commission is now expecting to work on the amendment and the document assented to by the President so its services could be better aligned with global best practices.
The amendment seeks to ensure ease of starting and growing business in Nigeria, ensure more appropriate regulation for MSMEs, align regulatory framework with international best practice for competitiveness, make Nigeria an investment destination of choice.
The CAC also pledges commitment to implementing ongoing reforms aimed at making it a world-class companies registry. Lara Falayo, TVC News, Abuja.
I'm bringing you the latest now outside Nigeria. The International Monetary Fund, which helped fund Greece's bailout along with other Eurozone countries, will shut down its Athens office. That's according to Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis. After meeting the fund's chief in Washington, the move is intended to bring about a new chapter of positive cooperation as the relationship has not always been smooth. Greece exited the last of 3 bailouts in August 2018. Its economy is also recovering after a multi-year debt crisis that brought on a deep recession, and the country has managed to retire early part of its IMF loans. Greece's fiscal progress is still being monitored by the Eurozone and the IMF, which together lent Athens more than 250 billion euros. That's an equivalent of no less than $278.6 billion during its decade-long debt crisis. Greece has agreed with its official lenders to achieve primary budget surpluses, excluding debt servicing costs of 3.5% of GDP annually up to 2022 and 2.2% thereafter. In aviation matters now, United Airlines Holdings Incorporated says it expects a non-cash impairment charge of $90 million in the fourth quarter related to its Hong Kong routes following anti-government protests in the city. The Hong Kong protests escalated earlier in June last year over a now withdrawn extradition bill, but have also since developed into a broader movement. Several airlines, including India's SpiceJet Limited, Malaysia's Air Asia Group, South Korea's Jeju Air, reduced the number of flights to the city in the fourth quarter of last year as the protests grew increasingly violent, disrupting daily life. Well, that's it on business news for now.